was really fun. I did it with the Rocky Horror Troupe here in Santa Ana, and it was probably the most freeing experience of my life.
I felt like I was surrounded by people that accepted me for who I was.
I guess San Francisco is probably the big one.
Yeah, it was a fun Pride though. I mean, there were so many people there. There were so many, like, more people there than there are at other Prides.
It was life-changing. I mean, it's just all of a sudden you're injected with the truth of you are not alone. There are thousands of people, you know, all around you that identify the way you identify, and it meant the world to me.
There was just so much happiness in the air, and so many people that were just like so great to just come talk to.
It was a little, you know, overwhelming, but it also got me more comfortable just being who I was, because I was so scared to actually tell anybody.
It was Long Beach Pride. On Sunday night is where it hit me like a ton of bricks. See everybody so happy. A week later, I actually took my mom to dinner at Denny's. After dinner, I was like trying to build up the courage to tell her something. I'm like, hey, I need to tell her. So I ended up telling her a week after Pride, because I wanted to be happy like everybody else. I'm proud of that. I had the courage to say that to my own mom, because at that time, she was the last one to know.
I just remember seeing naked men everywhere, leather everywhere, people just doing things that Mama would not approve of. I remember we had spaghetti. It was good.
My first Pride was actually Orange County Pride at the time. I turned around and bumped into somebody who worked next door to me, and I was in kind of in awe, going, "What are you doing here?" Looks at me and very plainly said, "The same thing you are."
It was really, really cool to see people like me celebrating who they are, not giving a fuck about what other people think about their bodies.
It was just such a fun experience, just seeing so many different types of people, like the broad spectrum that is gay. Wow, look at these people being open and happy with who they are and just basically not giving a fuck.
I went and my friends were super supportive, which really was helpful, and I saw these beautiful mermaids on the floats and I was like, this is where I need to be.
I was a little nervous, but once we were there and I saw all the smiles that people had and I saw the positivity that was just flowing and you can just feel it, was magical. It was then that I knew I definitely belong.
My first experience was here at OC Pride. I remember it was a small event, very intimate, and I thought it was the best thing ever.
It was really fun. Like, there's a lot of new girls too who went with us and we all just like met. Pride really brought us together. Even with our differences, we're still be able to we found something in common in Pride.
Oh gosh, my first Pride event was in the summer of 2001 in Seattle, Washington. And it was really cool to see the love and acceptance of so many different people and so many different colors. That was something that I had never seen in Spokane, so it was very refreshing.
I had just come out and I had the fortune of going to the Hollywood LA Pride for the first time, which is kind of like not knowing how to swim in and jumping into a shark tank. It was very nice to be surrounded by people who are accepting and loving and crazy as shit.
Pride started as a march, and Pride started because we were there to show who we are. So for the next Pride, I want to show that, you know, with numbers come power.
Personally, I'm looking forward to the closet ball, but I'm biased. It's because I'm participating. I get to, you know, share the art of drag with somebody else and our community, and share why it's important for me as a queer person to kind of assert my power through my femininity.
Just having a good time, yeah. Coming together, different people, friends, family.
I'm looking forward to remembering more of my next Pride event.
I'm looking forward to the turnout of OC Pride. It's been cool to see over the last 4 or 5 years how much it's grown.
Really looking forward to just being in a really happy place with a lot of people.
We couldn't really enjoy ourselves after LA Pride because that was the day after the Pulse shooting. So that was a pretty intense day.
We kind of felt in like defense mode. Well, I felt kind of scared, honestly. That was the first time I've ever felt scared at a Pride. This year, I'm looking forward to like relaxing and actually having like an enjoyable Pride.
Last year we had a lot of first coming outs and a lot of moms with their kids, and they were so proud of the children, and I just loved seeing that kind of proudness that these parents had for their children. It was amazing.
I want to see gay men and lesbian women bring their moms, their dads, their siblings. I want to see gay parents bring their kids.
At Pride, I love a good beer. I love to walk around. I love to shop for underwear that is normally like $4. I like the dance tents. I like the camaraderie, the people that you meet.
We need to remember that we're better together than we are apart. As one really just kind of sets the tone for how the community needs to be.
Strength, and also it makes me think not of just the now, but it makes me think of the past and all the things we've gone through, and you know, all the people that have fought really hard for our rights and for us to be here today and to be able to be who we are.
There's really no differences between anybody, really.
Right, because we are all the same.
Exactly, yeah. But I mean, at the end of the day, we're all human. We're all human. Exactly.
I think a lot of people judge each other within the community, so I feel like we should just be more united in general.
We're all together in this, and while we should celebrate what makes us different, we should celebrate and defend what makes us alike.
We come together as one, you know, to celebrate, you know, ourselves and our community and our gay family.
Establishing a sense of community for us to be able to feel comfortable with each other and safe and celebrated for whatever we identify as.
And I think that it is very important that we stay together and that we stand up and that we don't fight with hatred, but that we fight with love, dignity, and respect.
Coming together as one to share this story and share, you know, their hurt and their feelings, and that's what as one means to me, is, you know, having that connection.
Now more than ever, we all need to band together. We are people, and we need to be together because it's the only way we're going to progress. It's the only way we're going to get better.
So I think as one is really a call to action for people to get involved and to get together and show that they're part of this community and they support this community.
I think that, you know, if we can really take this year's message to heart, we will be stronger for actually coming together as a single community and facing the world together.
Queer people get it, and queer people are my family. So as one means to me that we're all one group of people, we're one community, and everybody deserves a place.
Oh, that's on the camera?
I think my most memorable Pride moment was seeing Kesha. She made a comment which I thought was really special. She said something like, "I'm not going to get married until everybody here can get married," and I thought that was pretty amazing for her to say that.
So my most memorable Pride moment was San Francisco Pride. And I remember standing there, it was like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and seeing hundreds and thousands of people. Everybody was there coming together just truly to have a great time and celebrate just life.
Last year when my brother went with me, my brother and my cousin, because that meant like the whole wide world, that my family members actually came with me to Pride.
My niece had just came out to me, and I knew how tough it was for me coming from a Hispanic background and Catholic background. There was church organizations there, and they were talking to her about God, about Jesus, and about how God loves her, and she started crying, and that was because we sometimes are made to believe that it's not okay. That was memorable for me because I was able to prevent her from fearing what I feared for many years of my life.
I was on the float representing Orange County Pride, you know, at the LA Pride Festival, and the day after Orlando happened, it was very moving. There was a somber note to it, but also a point of pride. This is what Pride started, you know. We are here, we're fighting, and you know, we didn't stay home. we turned out.
My best friend was with me and I was like, you know what, let's go I was like, I'm gonna get tested. I was like, but if it's positive, you realize we're leaving, right? Because I don't know if I can take this right now, I'm kind of drunk. But anyways, it was my first time getting tested, and I got tested and it was negative, and I mean, it was just awesome. And then that definitely helped me now, like 4 years later now, to be able to go do it as a regular thing and not be, afraid of what the result might be.
We saw a lot of really, really interesting people, and by the end of the day, I convinced myself that I needed to buy this leather harness. I started wandering around with it, and suddenly I felt more confident. My friend Seema was in full drag, and then we had this other friend named Chandler, and he started doing this thing where he'd go up to people and be like, what do you think of my friend's harness? And it had this like collar, and people would, for some reason, the first thing that people wanted to do was come up and grab it and pull it. And I made out with like 6 gorgeous men within the span of like the last hour that I was there because of that goddamn harness.
The moment that really affected me was when I saw a group of kids that were younger than I was, and being like, oh my god, there's kids that are open in like who had to be 13, 14 years old, and it tripped me out. And that all the ideas that I had about how difficult it was going to be open, and how difficult it was going to be to meet other gay people, and how difficult it was going to be to assimilate in a otherwise straight society just went right out the window in one afternoon.
We were at the beer gardens serving beer, and this porn star came up and gave me his number, and I was just like, that's a porn star giving me his number, I can't handle that.
Last year, when I was walking down the Long Beach Pride Parade holding the OC Pride banner, and even though that banner weighed a ton, I was so proud and so honored to be holding the OC Pride banner and just representing the Orange County community and letting people know that, we may be small, but we're there and we're present.
I think my junior year of college, I went with my girlfriend at the time. It was the first time in a very long time that I just felt incredibly happy. And I remember at the end of the day, we went home together, and that was just an incredible feeling, knowing that we had spent the whole day with people just like us.
I want to see celebration of diversity. I want to see a diverse group of people within the gay community and within the ally community finding culture, finding elements, finding outreach that speaks to them.
More DJs.
I feel like more inclusion within our own gay culture and our own gay community.
I want to see more of my trans sisters and brothers at Pride, and especially at as trying a time as our country is experiencing right now, I want to see everyone, especially people who fall under the trans umbrella, because I know that right now people feel like they need to hide, but that's the last thing we should be doing.
I want to see more girls.
I want to see the rainbow flags. It means so much to me. I want to see people having fun. I want to see people being political. I want to see people with their shirts off. I want to see people doing whatever they fucking want.
I like to see more people, talking to people that they've never seen before, never talked to before, and getting different perspectives on life.
Probably something to give more knowledge on all the different broad spectrums of sexuality.
I want to see straight people. I want to see more straight people.
I'd just like to see more women there, but we have a lot of subcultures within the gay community, and it would be great to see more of us come out.
Really would like to see more ridiculously hot guys with their shirts off. That would be amazing.
Yeah, that would be great.
Not being afraid to stand up for what you believe in, being able to showcase you.
Pride means to take pride in yourself, for the good and the bad. So I think if you're able to reach that and you're able to accept yourself and learn to love yourself, then you should definitely take pride in that.
When I was younger and they'd say what does gay pride mean to you? I would always say literally the opposite of shame. I'm not ashamed to be gay. I don't have a problem talking about it. I don't have a problem letting people know that. I am not in the closet.
I think of pride as comfort and support and kind of all in one.
Equality and understanding.
Pride means loving yourself and not only loving yourself, but loving the community that you live in.
We've created so much in such a small period of time because of what we call pride. And I think that it needs to keep happening, and it is so important, because without pride, I don't think I would be here. I don't think I would be doing, I don't think I would be pushing my chest fat together to make breasts and putting on a bunch of, you know, like women's clothing and making wigs. I wouldn't be the person that I am today without pride. Pride is crucial.
I was in the closet for about 23 years or so, and I'm not wasting any more time.
I know I wake up every morning and I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful to be alive, and I'm so thankful that I have every day to share with you.
For me, pride is just being fortunate enough to have a family that loves and accepts me for who I am.
Pride is love. Pride is believing in yourself and loving yourself, feeling empowered by who you really are.
Pride to me is community and coming together, being proud of who you are and not afraid to talk about it.
Just being, I think more than anything, just being accepting of everybody's, differences.
Pride, I think now for me in our relationship means just being able to be free and loving, each other and our family, our Pride family.
It's about being able to celebrate who we all are and being able to share all of our stories.
For me, pride is just being proud of who you are, what you are, how you are. No matter what any Tom, Dick, or Harry thinks about it, you are who you are and you love yourself for it.
I think pride is when you can look at yourself in the mirror and you know the other person that's looking back at you.
I think that we should probably put more emphasis on being proud of ourselves and not just being proud of ourselves as a community. And so pride to me is all about finding that pride in yourself.
It's just about being happy and celebrating love, and I think to me that's what pride is. It's love.
Happy Pride!
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 Happy Pride, folks.
Happy Pride!
Happy Pride.